My name is Nicolas Simonin. I am a filmmaker, producer. I started my career as a writer for TV in Europe. I've been writing for TV, mostly procedural and cop investigation type of shows. I have an engineer background, so science helped me to be very structured, and this is very helpful for writing and directing and producing. I have been successful in my career as a writer, and I started a career as a producer just 3 years ago by producing short content, short films, and digital content that is mostly horror and thriller, mystery kind of genre of films. And my production company is called Derailed Entertainment. It's based on the first success that I had through my short film called Derailed. And yeah, I'm right now in the process of expanding that brand toward the young audience and the Latino audience, because I think there's a lot of story that can be told and explored regarding I would say, the strange and mysterious side of our lives. I'm really fascinated with the nights, what happens at night. I'm fascinated with dreams. I'm fascinated with nightmares, and I think that collectively we have a lot of interesting theme to explore in that round.
Tell us a little bit more about the story.
Okay, so right now I have two big projects. One being a story about someone whose dreams are turning people's reality into nightmares, and it's called Stay Awake. It's on the website derailedentertainment.com, and it came out from the idea of what if you as an individual have the ability to shift reality, and you will do that every time you go to sleep. So I thought that would be a very interesting I was starting idea to create a story about those nightmares. And the second project that I'm working on is based on leyendas urbanas, which is urban legends, and it will be a platform where people will be able to explore and share leyendas urbanas y pesadillas, nightmares, and have a producer like me offer the chance to produce short pieces of those nightmares.
So
I think first of all it came from inside out, being like I was always fascinated by pictures, photography, painting, but mostly at night. I feel days are boring, nights are much more interesting visually, and so I started exploring that through different mediums, doing painting, photography, and then video and writing, obviously. And the success of my first short film called Derailed, I think, opened my mind to the potential of doing something that will resonate toward an audience, that will impact an audience. And I realized when I moved to the US how much fans and horror fans you can find in US, in Latin America. I also have a huge community of fans in Argentina and Mexico through the YouTube stats that I've explored. So I just, it's like a connection of two things, what I wanted to express and how people respond to that. So I found out that it would be interesting to understand why people like my stories and explore that more. And it really happens with Derailed because in some ways the story, which is very simple, it's a guy on a train station waiting for the train at night, and then he hears a voice, a woman asking for help. He's gonna try to get on the rail tracks to save her, but obviously he's gonna get into a very mysterious and dangerous situation. And from a storytelling standpoint, this story resonates with some kind of fear that a lot of cultures have about the night, about being lost and lonely in a city. So I found out that this will be maybe the type of story I would like to tell. Urban legends, collective fear that we have about life, about being in a big city, and have been traveling different cities in my life, like Buenos Aires, Paris, Los Angeles. So the connection between us and as individual and the city is something that is recurrent in my work, and I think it also resonate with an audience, urban audience, young audience who like to be scared or hear about dark stories that we don't know if they're real or not. So that's why I really found that I was good at that, and that there is an audience for that. I think there's something that is very deep inside of me that will never change, and I think it's it could apply for any artist. I always say when I talk with other directors and producers, the most important thing you can do to yourself is to make films, because every time you're going to make a film, you're going to learn not only about the craft of making films, but about also why you like, what did you experience through that making that film, and why this is connected to really what you want to express. And at the same time, when you're going to release the film, you're going to be experiencing how people react to that film. But to answer your question, I actually did 2 recent short films over the last 2 years. One was Derailed, and the other one called Seizures, which is a more psychological thriller. What I noticed is, even though Seizures was successful and got awards and recognition, it did not connect that much as the first one, because maybe the second one was more abstract and less like a dark tale. I think I understood that people reacted more on my first short film, Derailed, because it has that layer of being una leyenda urbana, or a dark tale that a lot of people could connect with. So yeah, I mean, it's always good to have an award, yeah, because it gives you a form of you're proud of yourself, and it gives you a boost to continue doing what you do. But the most important thing is knowing that millions of people have seen your film, and in some ways you're able to impact those people. I always love to go to film festivals, not for the awards, but for the chance to talk to the audience after screening my film, so I can ask them questions as they ask me questions, to just know what they feel about the movie, and that's important as an artist to hear what the audience has to say. What's driving me right now to continue doing and producing content will be, first, there are a lot of talents, and I, as a producer, I position myself as someone who wants to create synergy and find the people who are as motivated as I am to create a form of expression. Could be a short film, could be digital content, and I want to meet those people. So I am very eager to connect with people that will understand me in a sense, and also trust ourselves, because that's a miracle when you do a film and then you look back and you realize that, wow, we all put together our energy, our creativity to make that dream become reality. That's a really great gift. The second thing that I think very important right now is we live in a moment in time where there's a lot of platforms seeking for content. So if you position yourself 5 years ago, if you had a project, or maybe 8 years ago, you used to go to someone like a distributor and say, hey, this is my project, can you please look at it, and I can do whatever you want, or I would love you to look at it, and maybe we can make it. Today, the change is there's like so many platforms that you can create the best project possible in form of a Bible or a document plus a reel, and then you're gonna go to Hulu, Crackle TV, and a third platform, and you're gonna send the product to the 3 platforms. And if you've worked really hard on your project, if there is quality, you're going to have like maybe two answers. Hulu and Crackle will come to you and say, we would like to work with you. And this is suddenly you are empowered. You are the one who has the power to say, okay, you want to work with me? What do you have to offer? So this is the difference, I think, that makes the situation now much more interesting for any content creator. There are platforms out there who wants to work with content creator, and we are empowered because we can provide them the best story possible. And if they like them, we can then negotiate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.